best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the junior middleweight division. This bout is brought to you by DiBella's DiBella Entertainment in association with MGM Grand at Foxwoods, Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, Breast Cancer Charities of America, and Everlast. Judges ringside, Peter Harry, Glenn Feldman, and Steve Weisfeld. Your referee for this contest, Johnny Callis. Introducing first, to my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with gray. Official weight, 153 pounds. Professional record, 1 victory against 1 defeat. From Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Daniel Lugo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the red, white, and blue. He also tipped the scales at a ready 153 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the ring with an undefeated record. 3 wins, no defeats. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. From Brooklyn, New York, Frank Galarza.
Galarza is a stablemate of undefeated 40-pound contender Gabriel Bracero, trained also by Tommy Gallagher, the colorful Tommy Gallagher, known to many from his role in the Contender, but one of the better trainers in the New York area.
I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right this minute. I want you to touch gloves. Good job. When the bell rings, come out fighting.
Brian, what do you see in the tail of the tape?
Well, Danny Lugo has a 7-year age disadvantage, so he needs to use the southpaw style to confuse the younger Galarza.
Significant size advantage in this one again for Galarza.
Big reach advantage.
Both guys starting a little fast.
Right away, you see Galarza not really fighting tall here.
At the moment, I don't think he feels like he has to. But frankly, at a 3-0 kid, he should be more disciplined, and he has to use that reach advantage.
That's why it's important for Galarza to try to confuse him early from that southpaw stance. Galarza attempting to move inside, throw some jabs to the body.
Lugo taking a very defensive style, leaning back a little bit, putting that shoulder out.
Galarza's punch is a bit wide early.
Well, Lugo here is certainly trying to be aggressive and try to be physical on the younger Galarza.
Well, I think
a good combination of Galarza.
You know, when Lugo looks at the record, he sees a kid with 3 wins but only 1 knockout. So at the moment, you know, he's still aggressive, still moving forward because he's not respecting Galarza's punching power very much.
Galarza's looking like he's looking for that knockout with 1 or 2 punches.
And he's not taking advantage of what his greatest advantages are. His size, his reach, his jab. And that's a common problem for young fighters. It's why these early fights when a kid is 3-0 is such a learning experience.
Nice right hand though from Galarza.
Now here Galarza should be spinning off the ropes. Now he turns him around.
Correct. Right now, Galarza, I think what Galarza should be doing is trying to settle the pace down a little. He's fighting at Lugo's speed. Set the pace down a little. Get relaxed and comfortable. Then your punches will start to flow. But right now, he's more or less fighting Lugo's pace, trying to be defensive.
Yeah, and if Galarza wants to make this an inside fight, I'm sure Lugo would be perfectly happy with that.
Let go of his head, Frankie. Let go of his head. Excellent.
How many jabs have we even seen from Galarza here? I've seen barely any, Ron. Who?
Right out. 1, 2, 3, right out. Right out, Frankie. Get this space.
Back to the action. You know, it was interesting in the corner there to listen to the trainer telling Galarza, take him out this round. And I think it might have something to do with the huffing and puffing you were seeing in the corner from Galarza.
You're seeing, and that's not necessarily the best advice for a kid at this point. You know, you want to see him box a little bit. You know, use that jab. Don't just go in there fighting punches with a guy who has a few inches on.
No, I agree with that. You know, Chris, but I think what Tommy saw was his fighter tiring early in the fight. And he believes he's the more skilled guy, wants to see him take him out because he's concerned about the 3rd and 4th round.
Well, it looks like he got a headbutt right there, caught Galarza above the right eye.
Agreed, Lou. I think
Good strong shot.
both landed.
Simultaneous power shots.
Lugo that right hook, Galarza that right hand.
I think this fight is much tougher than Tommy Gallagher or Galarza anticipated.
Well, anytime you look at a guy from Harrison, Pennsylvania with a 1-1 record, yeah, sure, we'd take him. Not knowing, because Harrison, Pennsylvania, let's be honest, is not known as a fight town. No hard sparring or real training, so.
I know, anyone from Pennsylvania worries me. It's too close to Philadelphia, Brian. I still haven't barely seen a jab out of Galarza, and that should be one of his strengths, given his size at the weight.
But also keep in mind.
Holding back, looking for that power right hand.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, keep in mind, Galarza has been fighting predominantly in Brooklyn, those local shows. This is a big arena for him, so to say. He's on the undercard, but it's still a big platform, MGM Grand. Lights, cameras, stuff like that gets to young guys. Galarza certainly roughing him up. He's the one dictating the action here. No,
you're right,
one of the
again.
points.
Again, no jabs thrown at all by Galarza.
Not one this round, and barely a jab in the fight, which is a huge mistake for this young kid.
One of the criteria they judge on is called ring generalship. And Galarza certainly has dictated this fight, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Good right hand by Galarza. Another good right hand. He's wobbling. Got up the right hand. Good combination.
I don't think Lugo's going to get out of this round.
Oh, Galarza let him get out of the corner there, Lou.
A big mistake.
Lugo wavered a little bit. Good punch. Good right hand.
So now Galarza needs to get room, get some separation. Don't allow Lugo to tie him up and work the body.
You know, one thing a young fighter has to learn is when you have the other fighter hurt, do not let him off the hook.
Right, you got to know what to do once you have him hurt.
Another good right hand. Good combination by Galarza. Looks a little tired, though.
Well, maybe Tommy Gallagher knew something we didn't know. They'll take him out this round. Although Lugo will survive this round.
It looks like he has survived the round, which, you know, frankly doesn't speak volumes for Galarza.
Well, he may have lost the war, though.
Great round for Galarza, but he might regret not being able to put Lugo away in that round.
Here we go to a replay. We're going to see.
Well, both guys trying to fight for position on the inside. Galarza got a little separation, let his hands go. Once he's able to pinpoint that right hand there, right on the chin, you know, he got the opponent against the ropes.
That was
right hand.
That was
here we go,
where he should
another
have finished.
barrage of right hands.
It's the same sequence, different angle. Has him against the ropes. He's trying to get the proper separation for to land that straight right hand. But Lugo was able to survive that round, you know, get past it.
It's that first sequence, though, Lou, when Lugo stood up, dropped his hands, and Galarza didn't step in and finish him off. Big-time blown opportunity for Galarza.
It might have given Lugo some self-confidence in this round. Let's see.
Now, the reason why I say last round I said he may have lost the war, Lugo that is because he's real aggressive, trying to stay inside, not worried about the power of Galarza. Now look at this round. Little separation there. He's not rushing in as he did the first two rounds. So he may have lost the war in that battle.
Yeah, but you know what? Galarza's not taking advantage of it by flicking the jab out there.
Still reaching with the right hand.
But yeah, why you have the guy afraid to come in? Keep him that way.
You have to keep him at a distance, and that's, you know.
And Galarza, I think another minute or so, if you don't really put some hurt on Lugo, Lugo's going to result to what he was doing the first 2 rounds, was charging in.
Galarza looks actually pretty fatigued right here.
Good straight right hand by Lugo.
Right hand to the chest area.
And you wonder if the young man didn't lose some of his edge with his inability to take Lugo out in the last round.
Lugo landed a nice right
solid
hand.
right hand by Lugo. Another solid right hand by Lugo. Galarza walks through it.
He landed 3 straight right hands as Galarza dipped down to his left. Lugo lands a jab.
Lugo landing power shots all over the place on Galarza right now. Another good right hand by Lugo.
See what? Lugo has timed Galarza. Every time Lugo moves in, Galarza dips down to his left. Lugo time it, and he's landing right hands.
But at the moment, this might be the first round Lugo's winning.
I gave Lugo the first round, to be honest.
Lou, you mentioned at the start of this round that might have given Lugo a little bit of confidence to get through the last round. It looks like you're right.
Yeah,
This kid certainly seems to have a little bit of jump in his step in this round.
And Galarza seems to be very fatigued.
And believe it or not,
Another body shot by Lugo.
The distance helps Lugo, in my opinion.
Which, yeah, because the taller, longer fighter's not using his reach.
Exactly. This is an excellent matchup. Joe Chiumbo, DiBella's entertainment matchmaker.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Crushing right hand by
every
Lugo.
time Lugo moves in, Galarza dips to his left.
Galarza still coming. Another right hand by Lugo.
And he's landing on the forehead area. If he lands on the chin, Galarza will really be in trouble.
And you're starting to see a little bit of swelling on the left side of Galarza's face.
You got to fight, though.
Very good round for Daniel Lugo.
Lugo looks to be the fresher of the 2 fighters now, and as you said earlier, Brian, you thought the age difference would be an experience edge. It almost appears here that the younger fighter has less stamina going into the 4th round than the older man.
I agree. The younger guy should be the one with the energy and the one dictating what's happening.
Nice and easy.
Tommy Gallagher's telling him, breathe, nice and easy.
Nice and loose.
There go Lugo. Tommy Gallagher, real animated in the corner, trying to fire him up.
Well, they sense a chance at upset.
They sense an opportunity right here.
I think, frankly, this fight could, Brian, rest on the last round.
Well, I have it scored 2 rounds to 1 in favor of Galarza.
Lugo?
Lugo, favor of Lugo.
Well, I have a 2-1 in favor of Galarza, but it certainly seems that the fresher fighter is Lugo.
Again, both fighters come to the middle and start exchanging. This is exactly the kind of fight that Lugo wants. He wants to mix it up with the taller fighter. And throughout this fight, Galarza has not used his height advantage at all.
Lugo, the busier fighter in this round. There's going to be interesting scoring in this fight, Brian.
Yeah, I think the first round is the questionable round. The other 2 rounds are obvious. You know, second round, Galarza clearly won.
There's that jab that we haven't seen at all.
That right hand by Lugo clearly dictated.
Oh, good right hand by Galarza.
Now they didn't call that. I disagree with that call.
I disagree with that call. Well, I thought the right hand by Galarza put Lugo down.
Maybe their feet got tangled at the same time. I don't know. I have to see that.
Good left hand by Galarza.
Seems to be more sense of urgency from Galarza in this round, realizing that this fight could be up at stake. You know, Chris, I believe that he did have Lugo hurt, and again let him off the hook.
Had him well, should have been on the canvas, was hurt, followed up, but could not close the show.
Well, is it a matter of not being able to close the show or not knowing how to close the show?
Maybe a little of both.
Because he's the one laying on Lugo now, Galarza that is, very tight. See, Lugo, in my opinion, is winning the round because he's forcing the fight.
You know, when Galarza looks at this tape, he's going to see a guy that couldn't keep a smaller fighter off, and that, to me, has been the key to this fight all night long.
Well, you know what? You can't be a successful professional fighter without using the jab. And Galarza has not used a jab here. He may be winning this fight, but his inability to flick that jab and use his size advantage really makes him suspect in my mind.
Well, that was a little push down.
And Lugo's right back in his chest.
Good series of combinations from Galarza.
Galarza can't seem to keep him off of him.
There's that veteranship we were talking about earlier. You know, Lugo seems to, when Lugo gets in trouble, he ties him up. And Galarza hasn't quite figured out how to break those ties. Oh, spinning, well, I think, see, that was fatigue.
Now Galarza's dead on his feet, though this round is very close.
We'll be right back with more Broadway boxing. Let's take a look at that shot. Looked like a slip, looked like a shot. What did you see?
Well, I thought it was a shot when I first looked at it, and I still think that the punch did connect.
I think the punch put him down. He might have lost his balance there a little bit, but the punch was the overriding
Here's
factor.
a spin, and that's just pure exhaustion on the part of Galarza, which you have to be concerned about for the younger kid. Fighting a guy with a 7-year age disadvantage, and the young man spins because he's exhausted in the 4th round.
And only fighting a 4-round fight, Lou. I mean, this fight goes 5-6 rounds. I don't think this kid has enough left in the tank.
No, I tend to agree with that, and frankly, his next fight, you know, should be a 4-round fight because he didn't really do what he was supposed to do in this one.
Yeah, whenever this kid goes back to the gym, he's got to work on the jab. That's got to become a weapon. Let's get the judges' ruling from Double D, David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Peter Harry, Glenn Feldman, and Steve Weisfeld, scored this bout identically, 39-37, for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Frank Galarza.
Probably the right decision, Lou, but certainly not a victory that Galarza is going to go home and celebrate.
No, I think Tommy Gallagher's going to have a lot to say to this young man about what he has to do in the ring. And as you said, Brian, the first round turned out to be pivotal, scoring in the first round. Obviously, all 3 judges gave it to Galarza, as I did, and that's why you saw that 3-1 scorecard. If you let it tip the other way, you would have had a draw.